Sanctioned by the United Nations, the Global Defense Initiative has one goal: eliminate multinational terrorism in an effort to preserve freedom. The Brotherhood of Nod, an ancient and secret society, maintains strong ties with most global terrorist organizations. Commanded by this man, known only as Kane, Nod's long-term goals are unknown. However, recent activities include expansionary behavior into disenfranchised nations, high-volume investment in global trade markets, and aggressive manipulation of international mass media. These efforts are suspected to be funded by Nod's access to vast Tiberium deposits. Tiberium continues to confound the scientific community, soaking up ground minerals and soil nutrients like a sponge. The end result of this unique leaching process creates the formation of Tiberium crystals, rich in precious metals and available for collection with a minimum of mining expense.
Delta Sierra Echo to Commander, approaching our next objectives. We're just crossing the Belarus border and we've got a problem. Nod ambushed one of our convoys and made off with a good supply of activated pellet rods. Sounds harmless, right? Well, those rods are step one in slapping together a nuclear device. We gotta get him back. Shepard's still offline, so we're acting without confirmation, but I'm betting that this is too important to wait. Take a small force into the Noddy camp and get those rods back before their birds can pick them up. The rods were packed in transport crates. I doubt Nod's had time to transfer them, but who knows. Keep your eyes open. Give him hell.
Hello and welcome back to my Command & Conquer Let's Play.
Yes,
so,
moving out.
already been attacked.
Not a problem.
Take them out. Take them out, thank you.
Unit reporting.
Oh god,
Yes, sir.
get these
Moving
out of the way.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Come on.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
So, yeah, welcome back to part 2.
Moving out.
We're going to continue talking probably a bit more about the game itself, Command & Conquer as a franchise this time, and we're going to see if we can play through a couple more missions. So, let's do a little bit of exploring with him.
Moving out. Affirmative.
Alright, I'm going to have to use them APCs. Oh god, there's another one of them there. I'm going to have to use them APCs to get these guys over the Tiberium, because they...
Moving out. Unit affirmative.
Come back. Because they take damage when going over the Tiberium, which is why he was so easy to kill. Let's get these guys in here, and then we'll get over there and we'll start exploring a bit more of the map. So, yeah, I had a little bit of an issue in the first episode where the videos weren't playing properly. I seem to have solved that, so hopefully this time around you should be able to see all the videos, which I feel are quite an important part of the story. Hence why I left the first one playing at the beginning. So this is the next mission we clicked on. We're now in Poland. I feel like now that they're there, I ought to really get these guys back out of here.
Yes, sir.
Why did he not evacuate all of them? Not enough room. There we go. So, actually, let's keep all of them as group 2, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all of my vehicles. Alright, so let's head up this way a bit.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
And,
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Moving out.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Ready. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
So, this is the first one
Vehicle reporting. Right
in
away,
the
sir.
series. This is obviously quite an expansive series for those of you that know it. Oh, there's another car there.
Yes, sir.
Let's hold off a second. I'll get these guys down here with them behind.
Vehicle reporting.
Take him out. This is the trick to these missions, really, is you want to get
Yes, sir. Yes, ready and waiting. Awaiting
get them
order.
in as smaller groups as possible,
Reporting.
so that you take as little damage as possible. You guys up here. There's another car there. That's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
I'm gonna get all three of you to take it out.
Reporting.
But there's. Okay. Come on, hurry up and take them out. Right. You run away.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
They can take that out, and then they can go and take this guy out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you want to take them on in small chunks so you don't take so much damage.
Right away, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting. Moving out.
otherwise you end up getting into these big battles, and that's where you end up losing the missions.
Affirmative.
But these are what I kind of like
Acknowledge.
better.
Reporting.
Oh god,
Affirmative.
get you guys up here.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Well, he should be almost dead anyway, yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Actually, these guys can finish him off.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more tactical. You have to be a bit more aware of what's going on.
Awaiting order.
It's just a bit more like, as I said in the last part,
Moving
a
out.
bit more like the sudden. Oh god, run away!
Acknowledged.
Dragging through the Tiberium field. A bit more like sudden strike and the classic
Yes, sir.
cannon fodder that I used to play. Takes a little bit longer, but makes you use your brain a bit more. Come on. Come on.
Awaiting order. Affirmative.
So there's
Acknowledged.
three, I suppose, main
Roger.
series within the Command & Conquer universe. You've got
Moving out.
the Tiberium,
Affirmative.
and then the Tiberium range, which is, or the Tiberium series, which is your Command & Conquer, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, Command & Conquer 3, and Command & Conquer 4. You've then also got your Red Alert series, which Red Alert was actually, the first Red Alert was only released a year after this. Very, very similar playstyle, but based more in the alternate universe if we went to war during the Cold War. So it's the commies versus the Allies, and okay, so there's their base. Can I get to it from here?
Acknowledged.
Oh god, stay away from them.
Affirmative.
Which is again a very, very good series, but it's a bit silly. Like this is
Affirmative.
a bit more serious. They still have a few tongue-in-cheek moments. How am I supposed to get there?
Affirmative.
We're gonna have to go all the way back around this way, aren't we?
Moving out.
So yeah, they have their moments,
Affirmative.
but it's a much more serious series than the Red Alert series. They are just silly for the sake of being silly, which is brilliant.
Moving out. Repeat.
And then you've got the
Waiting order.
more modern versions, the Command & Conquer Generals, which are
Yes, sir.
again brilliant game series, and that might be something I revisit at some point on my channel.
Yes, sir.
Let's get them over here, and then I'll deploy them again because I don't really want them in the Tiberium.
Acknowledged.
No. So let's have a look up this way.
Acknowledged. Moving out.
Actually, I want to save
Vehicle reporting.
him because he's gonna.
Awaiting order. Moving out.
Looks like he's about to
Yes, sir.
get killed, so we'll hang him further
Unit.
back.
Yes, sir.
Oh god, then there's a percent.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Oh yeah, the squish. I forgot you can squish people in these. Anything that's got tank tracks. So you see there's a guy there.
Moving out.
Let's move there. Do you hear that sound? That was him squishing, that's brilliant.
Unit report. Affirmative.
Yeah, and then Generals was again a very good series, but more modern combat rather than fantasy. Kind of based a bit more in reality with terrorist organisations and that sort of thing. Oh, I forgot you could squish these guys.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Let's bring him up as well with me, even though he's nearly dead. I'm sure he's going to be useful at some point.
Yes, sir.
So,
Unit overlay. Yes, sir.
oops.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just squash him.
Acknowledged.
Squash him, that's it. Squish.
Unit lost.
Oh, now he's already gone.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ready and waiting. Got it. Yes,
Let's keep these back a minute. Go and explore a little with these guys. Actually, I really ought to do what I was doing earlier. Just take them out of there.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Make sure there's got enough room to deploy them first, obviously.
Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Moving
then
out. Vehicle reporting. Moving out.
there's another couple of guys there.
Not a
There's a
problem.
guy there.
Unit
Yes.
lost.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
come on,
Lost.
Affirmative.
come on.
Unit lost.
Moving out.
Ah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay.
Acknowledged.
Come on,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go.
Right away, sir.
So, I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes,
Okay, these
moving
guys
out.
need to come up and support these because you are about dead,
Unit lost. Unit lost.
and
Unit
we are
lost.
done. Oh, no, we're not. Why is there an APC there?
Yes, moving out.
Did I miss some reinforcements? I
Yes,
must have done.
affirmative. Reporting. Right away, sir.
Actually, I think all we really need to do is get in that base and we need to steal one of their crates. So let's get these guys in here. These APCs are quite quick, so
Affirmative.
let's see if we can just blitz straight through.
Moving
So
out.
ignoring all of them, they should run over anyone that they come across. So squish, squish,
Moving out.
squish, squish, love it.
Affirmative.
And we'll just run straight in and try and steal this crate or
Affirmative.
whatever it is. I assume it's there, so we'll just hit there and hopefully we'll just blitz straight through the base.
Acknowledged.
Quick, quick, quick! Straight through, straight through.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Right away, sir.
And there we go.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, that was a bit easier than I thought. I could have just run straight through anyway.
War-torn Bialystok. Once a happy farming town for peace-loving peasants. Today, a slaughterhouse. Yet one more casualty in the insane GDI assault against mankind. Yet another in a series of villages wiped off the earth by the Global Defense Initiative and its misguided
Really?
leader, General Mark Shepard. And what
GDI,
crime
the
did
good
Bialystok
guys.
commit to warrant said carnage? Sources indicate that GDI terrorists were convinced that this simple hamlet was involved in the manufacture and shipping of Tiberium. When will this madness end? Only when General Shepard and his vision of one world order is stopped. This is Greg Burdett, Bialystok.
I see. All lies. Can't trust anything you see in the media these days.
Excellent. Now,
Hashtag
we begin
fake
in
news.
German. I want 300 copies made and sent to every TV station in Europe. We have the satellite for another 10 minutes. Is that camera still running?
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so going through the this series, so you've got the one I'm playing right now, followed by Tiberium Wars? Tiberian Sun, that's the one. Which again, very, very good game, but it was a bit more futuristic. But they kind of filled it into the canon very nicely because you had Command & Conquer 3 and 4, it was kind of showing you the progression of Tiberium as it spread across the planet. Alright, where are we going? Into Germany, I see. So let's see what this mission's
A
about.
lie, all of it. GDI wouldn't slaughter children.
One's Bialystok and Tiberium Center.
Isn't this another incident of GDI reacting to incorrect information?
Any comment?
Should GDI funding be cut?
See, this is the dangers of fake news. Enough people believe it, and look what happens. I mean, without going too political, look at Brexit. All the promises that were made, all the issues that were raised. But we'll leave that there. This isn't about politics, this is about having fun and about games. So, oh, we've managed to connect. GDI funding discontinued, security access denied. Initiating tactical isolation procedures. It's also another good life lesson. Always have a backup plan. I'll let you read through these.
Nod forces severely damaged GDI base in your area. Critical shortage of weapons and manpower. Find GDI base and return it to operational status.
Okay, sounds easy enough. I'll say that depends what units we get to begin with. Oh, we get some tanks. I like it. So we'll do the same thing. I'll keep them as group 1.
Yes, sir.
We'll have these as group 2.
Moving out. Unit reporting.
And oh, they're already getting
Yes, sir.
attacked here.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have him as group 3.
Moving out.
Now the
Yes,
APC is
sir.
a bit quicker, so I'll kind of use him as my scout. Let's have a look around.
Reporting. Not a problem. Vehicle reporting. Moving out.
And
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so
Reporting.
they started off with
Unit reporting.
this Inter-Tiberian Sun,
Yes, sir. Yes,
which was a bit futuristic, as I said, but then going into 3 and 4 they explained the reason for that, most of that was actually set in what they call red zones,
Vehicle
because the
reporting.
Tiberium has been gradually overtaking the planet. There's another one down there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, let's get the tanks in.
Vehicle reporting.
Oh, and I don't want them over there really, because there's a rocket launcher guy there.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yeah, I don't know we deal with these guys. Yeah,
Unit reporting. Acknowledge.
so the idea behind Tiberium I find is quite interesting.
Affirmative.
So it was originally found on the river Tiber in Italy,
Affirmative.
and it was this weird growth that leached all the nutrients, as you saw in the little video, although that might have been one of the videos that was cut last time, but it's leached out of the
Yes, sir.
tank.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Moving out.
Yeah, it leaches all the nutrients out the ground for easy harvesting. Now,
Waiting. Yes, sir.
I'll give you a quick warning, there's going to be a spoiler.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
But as you play through the Command & Conquer series, this Tiberium
Yes, sir.
gradually takes over the entire planet, and there's what's known as, I believe, blue zones,
Yes, sir.
yellow zones, and red zones.
Moving
Now
out.
the
Yes,
red
sir.
zones
Yes, sir. Moving out.
are completely Tiberium infested.
Yes, sir.
They're
Yes, sir.
completely
Moving out.
inhospitable to human life as we know it. It's
Affirmative.
horrible.
Vehicle
The yellow
reporting.
zones are a bit more...
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
guessing
sir.
this is my base. The yellow zones are a bit more
Yes, sir. Reporting.
habitable,
Moving out.
but still in the process of being converted, and the blue zones are,
Yes, sir.
are
Yes, sir.
untouched, effectively.
Moving out. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
New construction.
Yay, base,
options.
right.
Right away, sir.
Let's get
Vehicle
you up there,
reporting.
let's get you
Moving
down
out.
here,
Moving out.
and let's start
Building.
building some... Let's repair this lot as well.
Unit ready.
Don't really feel like
Building.
taking on another assault and not surviving.
Unit
good job.
ready.
Waiting. Yes, sir.
Hey, come on,
You got it.
finish them off already.
Building.
Affirmative.
Yeah, and as it turns
Ready
out,
building.
this it was a weird meteorite
Unable
that
to
hit
comply, building
the
in
Earth near
progress.
Tiber,
Unit ready.
and it
Unit
was
ready.
a seed from an
Building.
alien race that
Unit ready.
they seed the
Building.
worlds with Tiberium. It leaches all the minerals, and
Unit ready. Building.
obviously we're able to harvest it, which helps fund
Unit ready.
basically a civil
Building.
war because we're fighting over the resources.
Unit ready.
And then by the time
Building.
that Tiberium's mostly taken over the planet,
Unit ready. Building.
they arrive
Unit
and harvest
ready.
the planet.
Building.
It's a very efficient planet harvesting system,
Unit
which
ready. Building.
Kane knew about all along,
Unit ready.
and this is
Building.
why he was vying for power in the first place.
Unit ready.
There's a
Building.
very good story arc across all of them, and it
Unit
was quite
ready.
a good
Building.
reveal at the end. Whether or not that's what they originally intended
Unit
is another
ready.
matter,
Building. Unit ready. Building.
but I thought it was brilliant anyway. It's a good idea, and it's
Unit
probably one of the
ready.
most efficient
Building.
ways to harvest a planet.
Unit ready. Building.
Waiting out.
Move you guys up there.
Yes, sir.
Nice sizable army, so let's go exploring with that.
Reporting. Affirmative.
And we need to wait for you to come and get some more. And I have a feeling
Yes,
probably
sir.
going to need to
Acknowledged.
keep these guys here.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
We shouldn't have sent all them up there. That's right,
Moving out.
we'll find out. Let's have a look. We'll keep an eye on that over there because I've got a feeling I'm going to get attacked from this side.
Roger. You got
So
it.
let's go and explore some of this bit 'cause I don't really want to get sneak attack from here anywhere
Unit
either.
ready.
Moving out.
There we
Building.
go, small money. That's alright, so that's fine. Oh, that's right, they're just
Unit
vehicles.
ready.
That's not a problem.
Unit reporting. Moving out. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
These guys guarding there.
Affirmative.
Yeah, so obviously the basis of the first story is we're starting to fight against Kane and the Brotherhood of Nod.
Affirmative.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
These guys.
Moving out. Yes, sir.
God, there's quite a few of them.
Affirmative.
Building.
That's right, minigunners en masse is the way forward. Come on.
Unit ready.
Right away, sir. Yes,
Oh, and a tank. No, he's going to squash everyone. He's going to squash everyone.
got it.
No, that's fine. We're good, we're good.
Ready and waiting.
This is why I love these guys.
Affirmative.
Come on. Finish them off already.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Building.
Carry on building minigunners. So yeah, we're fighting against
Unit
Kane and the
ready.
Brotherhood of
Building.
Nod. And as the story
Roger.
progresses,
Unit ready.
they've been
Building.
getting
Ready
more
and waiting. You got it.
following,
Unit
and it
ready.
turns into
Building.
a global civil war.
Yes, sir.
These
Unit
are probably a good
ready.
idea to take out, actually.
Unit lost.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Bloody
Unit
grenaders.
lost. Unit lost.
This is why I don't like grenaders.
Building.
They're just useless. All
Unit
they do is
ready.
injure your own units.
Building.
You got it.
Unit ready. Building.
Let's just keep going up here.
Unit ready.
Still good down here.
Moving out. Moving out.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unable to comply. Building in
Oh.
progress.
Ready.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
And
Unit ready. Unit
yeah, there's a brilliant cutscene actually in the 4th Command and Conquer where
Affirmative.
GDI actually realised that
You got it.
Kane has this knowledge of what was to come and knowledge of the aliens, and they actually, oh, there's another one there, and they actually
Moving out. You
invite him into GDI headquarters to help them combat the aliens as a united sort of front.
unit lost.
Yes, sir.
And it was at that point, oh, there we go, tank. I think it was at that point my
Yes,
that
sir.
I really, oh, that was close.
You got it.
He really did become one of the heroes of my childhood, so to speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting. Not a problem.
Come on.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
But it wasn't without its hiccups though.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the first
Right away,
game
sir.
was a resounding success, and I still love it. Still go back to it every now and again. Same with Tiberian Sun, because that was the first one where you could really jump in and do skirmish missions, and that's one of the things I loved about the Command and Conquer series.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Something really satisfying about just
Unit ready. Building.
Waiting orders. You
building
got
up a huge base
Unit
and
ready.
it. You
having a whole army of all your units and just go in and
Building.
kicking ass, creating like an impenetrable fortress. Oh, let's get you guys up here.
Reporting. Moving out.
That's right, they're just doing a patrol.
Reporting. Moving out.
Building.
Reporting.
Yeah, building up like an impenetrable
Unit
fortress,
Building.
huge army, and just
Unit ready.
having fun with it. Oh
Building.
my god, I must have spent hours sometimes. Oh god, there's a
Right away, sir.
Unit
turret up
ready.
there.
Not a problem.
It's safe to say we found the base.
Unit lost.
One thing is, right, let's get these guys down here. So this is really
Building.
where airstrikes would come in handy. Come on,
Unit ready.
straight past. Hopefully, if there is another SAM site, it'll be over
Building.
here somewhere. There's another tank.
Unit ready.
Again, even that.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Oh, no, he's gonna squish him. Damn it. Okay, so...
Building.
Oh,
On
no, not
hold.
grenaders. Keep building
Cancelled.
some minigunners. That's what it's all about, the minigunners.
Unit ready.
We'll go on another little expedition in a moment. Although I do feel like the entrance to the base might be this way. I'd hate to have to go in front of that
Building.
with everyone.
Yes,
Unit
sir.
I
ready.
don't really want to send the
Building.
APC, hasn't got much health.
Moving out.
Let's
Unit
take the
ready.
2 tanks actually.
Affirmative. Waiting orders. Affirmative.
Building.
We'll keep building minigunners in the meantime.
You got it.
Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir.
Probably do with a couple of Humvees actually alongside the tanks, but
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
fine. Yes, definitely. So okay, so we know we can get up there then. That's good. So
Moving
let's
out.
take them there.
Building. On hold.
Going to build grenaders.
Cancelled. Unit ready. Building.
Yeah, and then
Unit
3 was
ready.
very much
Building.
more of the same when it
Unable
comes
to
to
comply. Building in progress. Unable to comply.
come to what you could
Building
do,
in
except the
progress.
introduction of
Unit
bigger
ready.
Tiberium crystals
Building.
and progressing the story, which was I think the main purpose of 3.
Reporting. Right
But
away,
then
sir.
4,
Reporting.
it kind of got a lot of people's backs up, I think. Because Command & Conquer 4,
Yes, sir. Waiting orders.
you
Reporting.
not
Affirmative.
only was it one of the first
Yes,
games
sir.
you had to be
Moving out.
connected to the
Reporting.
internet to play,
Got it.
which
Yes, sir.
immediately got a lot of people's backs up. You had to create a EA account and
Yes, sir.
all this other stuff, which to be fair is kind of the norm
Unit
now.
ready. Building.
But
Yes.
back then, it wasn't
Yes, sir.
greatly appreciated.
Unit ready.
Moving out.
Then you had the fact that they separated out the factions. So where you had GDI versus Nod, you then had GDI specialists, I suppose is the best way to put them. Oh, there we go. Can I actually take that out without these guys getting annihilated?
Reporting.
Oh, maybe.
Unit reporting. Affirmative.
Sweet, okay, I'll leave them to do that.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Yeah, you had specialist commanders, I think they called them, and it just seemed a bit not in the idea of Command and Conquer. You know, one of the great things is building up your, let's say, your base, your army, and being able to build
Yes, sir.
all of the units that the
Moving
game
out.
had to offer.
Ready and waiting.
But now you wasn't
Yes, sir.
able to do that. You had
Acknowledge.
to
Reporting. Reporting.
have 3 different factions playing to have access to all the units, and it just felt a bit like EA was trying to force multiplayer on you, when a lot of the time, yeah, the skirmishes were nice,
Yes, sir.
or playing online was good, like versus, but actual, yeah, these can get from here as well. Sweet, I could probably destroy the construction yard from here as well. That'd be quite handy. No, it just felt a bit
Ready and waiting.
like they were trying to shove it down your throat.
Moving out.
The whole
Building.
multiplayer aspect of it.
Unit
Maybe it's
ready.
just me,
Building.
but that's kind of where I went off the series
Unit ready. Building.
and really started playing a lot more. Yes, that's what I was
Unit ready.
waiting for.
Building.
Airstrike. So let's
Select
airstrike
target. Unit ready.
you, because I really don't want to have to deal with you too much.
Yes, sir.
These guys are nearly dead anyway.
Building. Unit ready.
And this opens up a bit more of the map there as well. I definitely can't get this way, so let's get these guys back here and we can start building a bottleneck
Moving out.
here.
Ready and waiting.
Don't really want to touch the harvester yet, as we found out in the first
Reporting.
episode.
Right away, sir.
You touch their harvesters and they're not overly keen on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Building.
So, yeah, I mean, I think EA heard loud and clear though that that wasn't really the way that
Unit ready. Building.
people wanted to do things. So,
Unit ready.
well, they were doing the Red Alert series, Red Alert 1 and 2. 2 was around the same sort of
Unit
time, or
ready.
between Tiberian Sun and Command & Conquer 3.
Building.
So that was fine. They released 4,
Unit ready.
and everyone was a bit
Building.
annoyed about that. And then Red Alert
Unit
3 kind of
ready.
went back to the
Building.
original formula. You still had specialist
Unit
commanders,
ready.
Affirmative.
but you didn't have to
Affirmative.
have like 3 separate commanders on the system to be able to access all the units, and they just had 1 or 2 units that were a bit more
Affirmative.
tailored, if that makes sense.
Moving out.
But you still had the main bulk of them.
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
god, right, you guys go and take out the harvester.
Not a problem.
Let's leave you guys to deal with this
Not
lot.
a problem.
Unit lost.
That's a lot of base defences as well.
Moving out.
Come on, move it further back.
Moving out. Yes, sir.
Why don't you guys take out the harvester?
Unit lost.
Ready and
Building.
waiting. Not a problem.
Unit ready.
No,
Unit
no, no.
lost.
Okay, right. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Let's get the tank to come and take this tank out.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Come on,
Ready and waiting.
buggers.
Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Right,
Yes, sir.
you guys come and sort them out.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
No, stop going. Squishing my bloody
Yes, sir. Yes,
units.
sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Right,
Building.
they're getting drops of something there, which I don't
ready.
like.
Building.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost.
Moving out.
Unit
Acknowledged.
Right,
ready.
let's head in with what we've got.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Hopefully,
Acknowledged.
these guys, they get another drop
Waiting
of
order.
something.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Hopefully
Yes,
these
sir.
can take out these
Yes, sir. Waiting order. Got
relatively
it.
easily.
Reporting.
But we will see. Come on, kill him. Right then, get in
Yes,
there.
sir.
Building.
Carry on building
Unit
minigunners.
lost.
Reporting.
Unit
Got it.
lost.
Not a problem.
Oh wow, I've lost the tank there.
Unit lost.
Reporting.
That's what I mean about the minigunners.
Ready and waiting.
The
Not a problem.
minigunners in this game are
Building.
amazing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Ready and waiting.
Right, let's head further in and see what they were getting drops of.
Unit lost.
Oh god, here we go.
Unit
Ready,
lost.
sir.
Probably these buggies by the looks of it. Okay, right then, let's get in. Just run. We need to find out what's going on in the
Unit
base.
lost.
Okay,
Building.
right.
Unit ready. Building.
We have nearly got a whole other army of them here, so this is good.
Unit
We'll hang about
ready.
here for a bit and build
Building.
these.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
There
Building.
hasn't been a Command & Conquer game for a little
Unit
while now.
ready.
I know they're
Building.
doing the mobile one, and to be
Unit
honest, I
ready.
might end up
Building.
playing that, but
Unit ready.
I was never a
Building.
huge fan of mobile games. They always tend to be
Airstrike Unit ready. Our
free
base
to
is
play,
under
but
attack.
pay
Building.
to win.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Right. You guys to come up
Select
here.
target.
Yep.
Building.
Now, what do I destroy? Because there's no
Unit
point in me
ready.
destroying. Let's just go in the middle of here. All of this lot's pointless
Building.
destroying. If I destroy that, they'll build another one, and then they'll have 2 harvesters
Unit
going. I
ready.
can't destroy that with 1 airstrike. There we go. So that worked out quite nicely. Ah, I forgot about that. So yeah, where I have
Building.
a construction vehicle
Unit
factory,
lost.
weapons factory,
Unit ready.
Wing out orders. Yes, sir.
they have
Building.
a airdrop.
Unit lost.
Come on.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Which is
Unable
basically
to
their
comply.
same thing, it's their
Building in
vehicle
progress.
factory.
Unit
Right away,
ready.
sir.
But now that I know that, that's what we need to get in and destroy.
Roger.
So let's head this way. And now that we've taken out the base defences, this should be a bit easier to get in here.
Building. Unable to
Keep
comply.
building minigunners
Building in
though.
Moving out.
progress. Unit ready. Building.
Always be recruiting.
Unit ready.
Moving out.
Building. Unit
Got it.
ready.
Roger.
But yeah, I was a bit disappointed that they haven't released one in a
Building.
while.
Unit ready.
I
Building.
mean, Red Alert 3 was good fun, but
Unit ready. Building.
You got it.
I
Affirmative.
don't know.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative.
I did especially like
Unit
playing.
ready. Building.
Oh,
Got it.
okay, get away from the harvester.
Lost.
Especially like playing the
Building.
Right away, sir.
Generals game, because that was a very good Command and Conquer. The fact that it was more modern, there was a lot more
Lost.
in terms of base building and the way that you can construct stuff, because it wasn't isometric. Like, oh, because this one's a bit more square, I should say.
Affirmative.
The Red Alert 2 and Tiberian Sun, Command and Conquer 3 were very much isometric. Well, actually, Command and Conquer 3 you had a bit more control of building placement. Come on, destroy it, destroy it. That's it. Destroy these guys.
Unit
And actually, really, we need to destroy that.
ready.
Stop them
Unit
building more
lost.
units.
Unit lost.
There we go.
Unit lost.
So let's mop these guys up,
Not a problem.
destroy the construction yard, and then we should be basically done.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
But yeah, generals
Building.
being more modern, you had the GLA, the Chinese, and
Unit
United
lost.
States,
Yes, sir.
and pretty much what you'd expect.
Not a problem.
All of these games were very fun to mod as well. Until again, Command & Conquer 4, where they started doing all the anti-cheat systems and all of this, which is fine. I get that you don't want to have people cheating on your game, but a lot of the modders were doing it to add more units, add more skins for different units. It was good fun, and they've kind of taken that on board with things like the Steam Workshop and so on, but it's not like it used to be. Mods used to take a lot of effort back in the day. I suppose they still do. I recently saw a trailer for a fan-made mod for Fallout 4, which was Fallout Miami. So if you don't get a chance, check that out, because that's amazing. It looks so good. And I remember me and my brothers used to do that all the time. We would remove unit caps on some of the games and create super powerful units, and it was just a bit of fun. We could tweak the game to
Select
match
target.
how we wanted to play.
Reporting.
You don't really get much of that nowadays.
Got it.
Feeling a bit nostalgic for the old
Not a problem.
games I used to play.
Report out. Affirmative.
Especially playing back through this again, it's a full-on nostalgia trip. This is. So I think this is going to be about it
Mission
for this episode.
accomplished.
So got a little bit less done than I'd intended. The missions are starting to get a bit longer now, and we may have to take that into account with the episodes. This is a very lovely cutscene. Oh, I see. It's symbolic. The eagle being GDI, obviously. The Americans. Taking the Scorpion. Wow, my leadership and efficiency were terrible on that mission. As long as I won though, that's all that matters. So, I do feel like I've rambled on a bit this episode. But had a good chat about the entire Command & Conquer range of games, and well, I think I covered all of them. Command & Conquer series, the Red Alert series, the General series. General's probably being the one that I played the most, to be completely honest with you. That and Command & Conquer 3. Command & Conquer 3 and the Kane's Wrath expansion. Brilliant, brilliant games. Well, that was a bit pathetic. All of that fighting, and we barely moved. Wow. I think probably launching from Germany. So let's have a look and see what they expect of us next time, and then we'll save the game, and I think we'll call it quits. Czech Republic.
Commander,
Let's have a look.
Carter here. It's absolutely essential that you get this infantry commando apart. Making sure to avoid all just enough time to plastic. Get the hell back out. Don't bother with anything.
Okay. Well, I guess we're doing the sneaking mission by the looks of it.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, one with the commando. Brilliant.
Yes, sir. Rock and roll.
This guy is amazing, but I will leave you there because I don't want to ruin how great this guy is. So you'll have to tune into the next episode to find out exactly why. So before I go, there is a couple of things I want to shout out for. So I forgot to mention it in the first episode, but the guys at cnc.net are geniuses. This version 1.06 is basically what they've been working on to try and get the older Command & Conquer working on the new Windows 10, on Windows 7, to keep all the music that you can hear in the background there correct, to get the video files working. It's really kind of thanks to them and their forums that I managed to solve some of the problems. So yeah, huge shout out to them, and they're actually the people that have enabled me to do this in the first place. So yeah, thanks for that, and shout out to you guys that are watching. I've noticed watching my YouTube channel over the past week and a bit. This is really only a week since the official launch, and it seems to be growing a fair bit. At the time of recording this, we've gone from 0 to 26 subscribers. I think I saw 160 something channel views. So yeah, I'm honestly very grateful. It's just goes to show that people are interested in watching, and if you do want to see more, then please do subscribe. So hit subscribe and hit the bell icon. That makes sure you get notified whenever I upload a new video, and yeah, whenever I go live if I'm doing a stream. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment, give us a like, and I will see you in episode 3.